work wood. Do you work wood?
I like to work hard wood. Right this way. My name is Alex Peay, and I'm a hobby woodworker. I was born in Louisville, Kentucky in 1985. I have a twin brother and an older brother. My dad was a Southern Baptist minister, and my mother worked in the health field as a respiratory therapist. We moved to Statesboro, Georgia in 1995, and it was large juxtaposition from Louisville. Statesboro, very small townish. Everybody knew everybody.
I came down from Kentucky, a place called Breezy Creek.
I don't have very many core memories before 1995. A lot of it was in being accepted through school. Those core memories are born out of fear of being not accepted or made fun of, and these kids knew each other since they were 3 or 4, and breaking into that was difficult. And the ones that I always found the most accepting, they were the ones that cussed and smoked, and and I was like, okay, I can do that. It was easier to find acceptance there. And maybe just something I always wanted to do to begin with.
Yes, cornbread and buttermilk made me what I am.
Have I ever told you my definition of fear? So fear is always based in the future, and you could say that it's negative imagination. You don't fear the past, you fear the past happening in the future, right? When you're actually walking through something, it's fight or flight. Realizing that it's imagination for the future, it kind of frees you up to do certain things or walk through certain things. You know where I learned all this? Fucking AA.
Oh, really?
Every single bit of it.
No more whiskey, no more wine, no more women. I ain't lying.
I do remember the first time that I smoked weed. It was in the 10th grade, and I remember that feeling of oh yeah, when can I do that again? And I chased that feeling for a long time. I don't think I was addicted to any substance in particular. I think it's better put as just my drug of choice was more of whatever you have. But really what brought it all to the culmination was opiates, the Oxycontin.
Make a fool of you, so I'm off that stuff. Man, I'm off that stuff.
They have to put it on the ground, but they don't. Katie and I believe, were engaged to be married. And so I had come clean and said, hey, I'm addicted to painkillers, and I said it out loud, but I wasn't taking it seriously at all. I didn't really have any intention of quitting or know how to do that, but I do vividly remember when my mindset changed. I think I'd been withdrawn for 6 days at this point, and the bad thing is you feel so bad, you can make it stop instantly, and all you need is one pill or whatever it is. And so I was like, I'm tired of feeling like this. So I made a phone call. A friend of ours, Steven, he found out that I had made that phone call, and he actually went on the run. It was weed, uppers, downers, alcohol, whatever it was. He'd come back to the apartment complex, and he came and found me, and he said, I know what you did, and I'm not gonna let you do it. And it was that moment right there that sticks out where my mindset, it was, I guess I'm gonna have to do this. And it's a special memory that I have because Stephen took his own life a number of years after that. It was something that he gave to me that I can't say thank you for. In early sobriety, I was doing fence work, and I really needed a way to focus my time, and that's really when I started building stuff. I was doing a lot of YouTube searching. I saw somebody make a chair, and I was like, I bet I can do that. I bet I can make one of those. I don't have that pallet chair now. Actually, Chris, my boss, he has the chair, but it's built like a tank. When I was so proud of that thing, just so proud of it. And I brought it into work, and it's all right, but it's built well. And so I had it in the office, and we had a vendor come in, and this vendor was not a small person. This is a big individual. I'm gonna say 450. Walked directly into that office, spotted it, and plopped right down in it. And it held just fine, no creaks, no nothing. And I was like,
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
about 10 years ago, I got a job at Ace Hardware in the Woodlands, Texas. And I developed a great friendship with my boss. So when you watch the video, he had asked me, hey, can you make me some furniture? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. But I kind of wish that I had a bigger bandsaw, some better tooling. And he was like, order it. Go ahead and order it. And then you can make me furniture. He didn't actually dictate to me what he wanted, only where it was going. And roughly the dimensions of it. It really allowed me to be as creative as I wanted to be. I was like, when do you want them? He's like, sometime. I don't think he didn't have a dinner table for a while until I built it.
When you look at the short duration of how long, from what I know of what you've worked on in wood and making chairs as your specialty, that it's gone from a pallet that we got who knows what on.
Oh, Scott's fertilizer for sure.
To a chair that you can be proud to show in the house, and it's incredibly awe-inspiring.
Grain or anything there?
Yeah.
It's not really what you're showing people.
Okay.
Like you're showing people what this looks like.
Gotcha.
I was coming home from work one day, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, oh my goodness, I know how I'm gonna do it. This was a Friday on my way home, and so Saturday I came out here and I cut it. I cut the joint. It took me about 8 hours. And I was pumped because one, it was successful. And so what I wanted to do, it worked. It was strong. I thought it was super cool, super neat. I'm like, I'll pop this on my Instagram, and 5,000 views. It'll be neat. It's kind of neat. And so I'm rotating this in there, and you get this really nice squeak, this really nice positive stop. I was like, all right, throw it on the internet, on Instagram, and it just takes off. The first comment, it said, you should drive a screw through it so it doesn't go anywhere. And then the best one was that somebody said, you should use a Tapcon just for added strength. One of the other top ones was, not the typical joint I roll, but I'll give it a shot. Hilarious. Just so funny.
You look like you're about to teach in a class right now, the way that you're lit and standing.
It really kind of changed my view on, can I do something great? I was like, am I doing something great? And then, now when we talked about fear earlier, is like the fear that it's not accepted, that other people won't see it as great.
you've always obviously been a creative person. You've always been an artistic person looking for a particular outlet, and you have found said particular outlet in the past couple of years. But there's been multiple things that you have touched upon and been at least proficient in. I mean, I don't know anybody else who can build furniture, cook, play music, draw. I mean, you're multifaceted as an artist, and you know how hard it is for me to give you this many compliments in a row and be sincere about it. So you're welcome.
You got them. Yeah, that's right. We are recording. Yes. Yeah, you're recording. Yeah, I am recording.
Okay, let's not pretend I haven't been your number one fan.
What is a table and chairs? It's a place that brings people together. What Chris gave me when he asked me to say, here's the spot, put something in it, he gave me more than what I thought he was given at the time. He let me see what I wanted to do, but more importantly, what I didn't want to do. And the reason that I started doing this in the first place was to relieve stress, and it just morphed into something different.